Truth about timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, CEO and founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare contracts, and in the process started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. Timeshare is the only thing that you can buy that you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check to fill out any amount they want for annual maintenance and assessment fees. Sound crazy? The crazy thing is, this never ends. Stop the insanity today. Call my office now. I guarantee if we can't cancel your timeshare contract, you'll pay nothing.
Were you lied to when buying a timeshare and want out? Get the facts about timeshare cancellation. Call Wesley now for your free information kit. 800-881-4242. 800-881-4242. 800-881-4242.
Get the rest you deserve with Helix Sleep. Helix makes personalized mattresses to fit your unique body type and sleep preferences and give you the best sleep of your life. Go to helixsleep.com and get up to $200 off mattress orders.
7:38, Team Hochberg Traffic Center time, and Jim.
Metra is reporting a delay on the Milwaukee West line. The train due at Union Station at 8:10 is running up to 25 minutes late after some freight train interference. West Suburban Wheaton, there's a collision on Gary Avenue right near Lincoln. Inbound Kennedy, your trip time from O'Hare to downtown is 22 minutes. The congestion starts in the Hubbard Tunnel. Outbound, 21 minutes to the airport. Inbound Eisenhower delays are Cicero to Damon and approaching the Burns Circle. 32 minutes, 390 to downtown. Outbound 28. On the Stevenson, it's 31 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive. The Ryan is 18 minutes, 95 to downtown. Northbound Tri-State, the ramp to the outbound Eisenhower is heavy. The other tollways are incident-free. That's traffic. I'm Jim Talamonte on AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next in our AM 560 Weather Center. Your forecast has a rain and a little bit of snow in spots throughout the morning and a breezy afternoon ahead, high 43. Currently, we have 33. Next news coming up at 8. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
From the Matrix Home Solutions studios, this is Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560, The Answer.
Listen to AM 560, The Answer, online at 560theanswer.com, on the AM 560 mobile app, and your Alexa-powered smart speaker, on TuneIn, iHeart, and radio.com. When you've got questions, he always has an answer. It's Sean Hannity, this afternoon at 2 on AM 560, The Answer.
Another day, another bill, a $1 trillion COVID-19 relief bill. They haggled back and forth.
Little walking around money.
Yeah, haggled back and forth all weekend, and then the announcement was made that they made an agreement. They're going to vote on it today, and then President Trump's going to sign it. Here is Mitch McConnell.
Now we need to promptly finalize text, avoid any last-minute obstacles, and cooperate to move this legislation through both chambers.
And both Democrats and Republicans agreed. A lot of people are out of work. Why are they out of work, Sean?
Because morons are in charge, like old lady face Mitch McConnell with his naughty bits and his socks. I'm getting sick of these people.
It is a strong shot in the arm to help American families weather the storm. For the 20 million people who would lose unemployment benefits the day after Christmas, help is on the way.
To
the millions of small business owners who are worried their businesses would go under, help is on the way.
Hey.
To families struggling with less money,
he's talking.
Direct payments mean help is on the way.
Hey, did you know that help's on the way? Please. All right, this is what it is. $284 billion for Small Business Loan Program, the PPP. $25 billion in rental assistance. And here's a good one. Ready? $600 direct payments per adult and child.
Ooh, Mitt Romney's lunch.
$300 enhanced unemployment benefits, so that's on top of what you would normally get. $13 billion in enhanced SNAP benefits.
SNAP.
Hello, SNAP. And then this one, $82 billion for colleges and schools. Where is that money going to go to? Sean?
I'm going to tell you right now. I want to know what Scott Shellady thinks how long it's going to take before we all look like we're living on an Indian reservation.
Well, does Scott join us? Is Scott there?
No.
He's not here yet, but he's coming.
He's busy.
He's a Fox.
Talk about a guy eating a sandwich instead of talking on the radio, and you're blaming me for having a cigar.
That's where I thought you were taking a shower.
You know what else is funny about this bill? Because I'm reading into it. Yes. You know, there's one thing that's very well known. The motor coach industry is booming and has been booming since COVID hit and they put us on the lockdown. They've never seen sales like this.
Right, and boat sales and car sales.
But
even
wait.
used cars. My niece could not find one. They had to go several counties over.
Squirrel, back on the track. The motor coach in this bill, the motor coach industry gets $1.9 billion. For what? They have record sales. Just sprinkle it around. Give it to your donors. Give it to your. This is a corporatist bribery payoff scheme. And yet, here's the idiots on YouTube that watch our show that pretend to be taxpayers. I got my $600, so yippee, because you're a slave and a moron and a Chicago Democrat scumbag.
Well, speaking of moronic, Nancy Pelosi.
What took so long is because we could not get our Republican colleagues to crush the virus.
Yeah.
What in God's name does that?
How much did your husband make?
We couldn't get our Republican colleagues to crush the virus. She's the one who's responsible. A bill was going to be passed the first week of November, but she didn't do it because she did not want to make President Trump look good before the election.
Maybe if Chuck Gowdy and his wide hips could do some investigative reporting, they'd figure out how much Mr. Pelosi made during the COVID breakdown. How many of her businesses and his businesses got payoff schemes in the form of forgivable loans. They are loving this. This is when they become gods among men. They're not representatives, they're rulers, and you better wake up because we're the slaves.
With more on that, let's join, or we're pleased to be rejoined, I should say, by Scott Shellady or Shellady, however you want to call it. Scott the Cow Guy, Fox Business News contributor. Good morning, Scott. How are you?
Good morning.
Shellady. It's Shellady, right?
It's Shellady, but we call him Shellady because he dresses like a lady.
All right.
Shellady rhymes with melody.
There you go. So what do you think about this new $1 trillion COVID-19 relief bill?
Well, the only other bigger joke is that they shut the economy down in the first place. That's what I have to say. I'm not a bailout person. Mm-hmm. I'm not a conspiracy theorist person either. But at the same time, you look at my Twitter feed last night, and I feel for these small businesses. I feel for the people that I know that are in these restaurant industries. They've gotten absolutely slaughtered. They've been at the front line for no reason except for the fact that everybody's been able to blame everything on them. And the government spent, you were a little kid. You go into a china shop with your mom and there was a little sign. You break it, you own it. Right. The government broke the economy. Now they own the economy. It's their responsibility. And for them to take 4 months to come up with $600, I agree with a lot of the people on my Twitter feed, the poor people that have been having to endure this and can't work or go back for 3 weeks and then get shut down again. It's an absolute farce. It really is. And so I think part of the market reaction this morning is anger, not really even risk off. It's like, are you kidding me? This is the best you guys can do? It's like I have no confidence in our legislatures to do anything anymore.
Scott, what's the difference between the United States government and the Sicilians?
The Sicilians are probably more open about it. I don't know.
The government's mafia is legal, and that's all this is to me. This is an insult to every honest business person, every victim of this incompetence.
I was kind of right, yeah.
Well, but you guys, but the small shops in Illinois, 11,200 are closed right now. 11,000. That's a lot. And
okay, so here's what you need to do, Amy and Sean. Slow your roll and just remember what's happening here. You've got a government in a democracy that's trying to tell you what types of clothing you can wear.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. And then they're trying to tell you what types of clothing you can wear, i.e. the face mask, and taking away your right to work. I mean, there is nothing left to a person. They're telling you what you can wear and what you can look like, and now they're telling you can't work. I mean, to me, I can't believe this is my country. I really can't. And you know what? I used to say all the time, because I've got a British passport, a European Union passport. Boy, oh boy, I can't imagine. I mean, we left there 200 years ago because that place, it stunk. You know what? They're starting to look better than us. I mean, they don't lose. I mean, it's unbelievable to me. So, look, $600. Thank you very much. These poor guys are getting killed. And the only other thing I can't understand, Sean or Amy, is the fact that these restaurants and small businesses haven't said, you know what, screw it. If I'm going out of business, I'm going out of business fighting. And let's just open up.
Because these are dear friends of mine and yours, and you know them, and you know that I've worked with these guys, grew up with these guys. I got friends of mine, they have a hard time spelling exit. They got 17 restaurants. They're doing great. This is what they love. And when you love it, you'll go down with it. So the reality is there's almost a comfort in victimhood, and that's our problem, is that we're awful comfortable with this kind of tyranny. You and I both agree this should have never, ever happened. And once it did, that's the year. 2020 will go down in history as the year America gave away what America stands for. It's exactly how I feel.
And it's not only 2020, it's going to be 2021 and possibly 2022.
Yeah, but history just judges the nail in the coffin.
And Scott, you said something from the outset a long time ago that has stuck with me, that you didn't know anybody who died from COVID, but you knew 2 people who committed suicide because of COVID.
And that number's gone up, too. So, I mean, everybody, there's the anecdotal 6 degrees of separation when somebody said, oh, yeah, my grandfather's breast, And then when you finally say, well, how old was that person that died of COVID? They usually say something over the age of 65. Almost always, right? I was out here in Arizona for Thanksgiving, and they were running a television commercial. There's an empty chair at the Abreu's house this year. The leader of the family died of COVID, and they're showing all the sad. And it's horrible. I get it. I feel bad, right? But at the end of this commercial, they're trying to make you wear a mask. They also let slip that he was 92 years old.
Oh, come on. 92?
No. Yeah. That's what they're putting into people's brains. I am getting sick and tired of even trying to defend my position on social media because everybody, it seems, has bought this whole stuff hook, line, and sinker. This is a new virus, apparently, the new virus that God created that is not acting like any other virus that we've ever seen before, which is total baloney. I mean, and so now we've thrown away. No, look, Sean, you probably know this. And Amy, this is interesting, I think. We've thrown away all of our rights for something that's not even as bad as the Spanish flu. The Spanish flu killed 675,000 Americans, and we had a population of 103 million.
Come on,
do the
Scott.
math.
You know this.
That's like 2 million Americans today. That's like 2 million.
Look at these people running things. They're effeminized, they're clueless, they're desperate, and they're insatiable. This is the perfect storm for them, and this is the year that I think America stopped being America. But I want to ask you another thing. Wall Street is vacating New York, and I'm loving it. Goldman Sachs down to South Florida. I'm trying to reach somebody so maybe I could broker a deal here and there. Jamie Dimon down to Florida. The other guys are deciding Texas, California. They're running like like their predictions were actually right, and it's falling into the ocean. The reality is Terry Duffy used to love me when I clerked for Cadillac Jack Schulte. You think you could put me in contact, Scott? I'm looking for a commission. I got tuition payments, and I won't go on welfare. Could you make a call for a guy?
You know what? It really highlights the fact is that the people that run these states, i.e. California, New York, and Chicago, or Illinois, are so out of it and clueless that they don't understand that all of this business now is done in the cloud, and the cloud can be moved to Florida and Texas and Arizona in 2 seconds. They don't need to have Wall Street or LaSalle Street. They don't have. That's gone. This business is being conducted in the cloud, and so these people think that they can tax that type of business in their locales. They're just going to go, and they should go, by the way. And so here's my question to anybody out there that can give me the answer. If you're Cuomo, or if you're Newsom, or if you're Pritzker, and you back away from the trough for 2 seconds, and you look yourself in the mirror, and they don't have mirrors, I'm sure, but you know this is happening. You know this, and I've got a few of those too, Coney Island. But you know these things are happening right in front of your face, and you're not doing anything about it. Or actually, you're pressing the pedal to the metal even more. I don't understand.
Well, but they think that they're doing. They think that they're doing well. I mean, Pritzker said, I think it was last week in a press conference, my approval ratings are up. People like what I'm doing. I'm not going to be recalled as a governor. I'm like, are you kidding me? Is he that blind?
Yes, he is. Yeah,
he's drunk with power? I mean, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, that's exactly right. And there's going to be 4 people left in Illinois. If 3 people like him, he's in.
Well, when half of your family's in Florida, that's when, laws do not apply to those who make them. People are not being governed. We're being ruled.
All right, well, and that's the problem. Americans will give everything the college try. And even though they may seem draconian and tyrannical, but then when they see the people that are the ones that are imposing these things on them not live up to their own rules and standards, that's when the wheels fall off. And that's what's happening. So I hope that there's more of a pushback, but it just doesn't seem like it's happening fast enough for me.
All right, Scott Shellady, You can follow him on Twitter at Scott the Cow Guy, Fox Business contributor, good friend of the show. Scott, have a very Merry Christmas and tell your wife.
All right,
I
you
said
too,
so.
guys.
All right, bye,
All
dear.
right, see you guys. See you, Sean. See you.
The best.
And
the
he
best.
joined us.
And by the way,
yeah,
there's a mute button on Twitter, Scott. Don't aggravate yourself arguing with idiots. Sooner or later, you forget who's who.
Scott joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.
If you're talking about it, Dan and Amy are talking about it. It's Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
When I hear realtors boast about servicing a 3-county area or selling a home every 15 minutes, I think, what level of service could their clients possibly be getting? This is Chris Jacobs with Century 21 affiliated in Inverness, and my message is a little bit different. If being a realtor for more than 20 years has taught me one thing, it's that all real estate is local. While I can't say I'm the #1 realtor in the country, I can tell you that over the past 10 years, I've sold more homes in Inverness than anyone else. My team specializes in Inverness, Palatine, and Arlington Heights. We pride ourselves on providing our clients exceptional customer service and local market knowledge. So if you're selling your home or looking to purchase a property in our area, then call me, Chris Jacobs, at 847-401-4859. That's 847-401-4859. Or visit us at chrisjacobshomes.com.
Each office independently owned and operated, an equal housing opportunity.
Went to my doctor. She looked at my blood work, could not believe it. Vitamin D, great. Potassium, calcium. She's like, what are you taking? What are you doing? And I said, I'm taking Balance of Nature. And I explained to her how it works. 6 capsules a day. You're getting 10 servings of 31 different fruits and veggies. It has vitamin C, potassium, gluten-free, no preservatives, no dyes, GMO-free. And she also took my blood pressure.